Hi.
Hi.
Are we both in here?
Can you tell everyone your name, please?
My name is Olivia Wood, as in you can bet Olivia Wood.
I love it. Bean's gonna come say hi. Hey, Bean. Can you get out?
No, because I touched him.
Get out. It's okay. She's allowed to be in it. Everyone loves Bean. Get out. All right. And I'm Rocky Emerson, because I'm going to give you this footage too, so in case your peoples see it, that's who I am. My nose is a little stuffy, so I'm going to sniffle a lot. But yeah, I usually enter this with like basically no plan. We did talk a little bit about things we want to talk about, but I'm scatterbrained. Sorry. All these videos are just me being really bad at my job. Yeah, I don't know. Why don't you tell all the... I made a really bad joke the other day. I said the nice folks in their mom's basement. How about you tell all the nice folks on the internet?
There are no nice folks on the internet.
There are no nice folks.
There are no nice folks.
We're on the internet.
I'm not nice on the
Yeah,
internet.
point proven. Okay.
I'm nice here, I'm not nice on the internet.
Okay, same. Like if you ask me the same dumb question 3 different ways, I will just stop speaking to you. I do not need your subscription. Yeah, why don't you tell us whatever you want to tell us about yourself?
And now I draw a blank.
Yeah, see, it's hard.
It's very hard to talk about myself. It's strange, I know, like egomaniac, porn star, but then you put me on the spot and I have absolutely nothing. I used to be a star.
That's great. Where did you dance?
I don't give out my hometown.
Okay, no, that's fine.
It's too easy to find me.
Okay,
Yeah, if you know me there, you know where I am.
cool.
But
Was it
it was
topless, full
very-
nude, alcohol, no alcohol?
alcohol down to the T-bar. Just the stripper thong.
Oh, okay.
No more nude than that.
That's cool.
Yeah. But they, it's a pretty seedy place.
Ice Stream's at a really seedy place too, and I loved it, not gonna lie.
This one was big though. It was like 20,000 square feet.
What?
It was a huge warehouse.
That's massive.
And like, you know, busy nights are like 40 girls a night. Yeah.
That's a lot. Yeah, I worked at a very small place that was like the size of this living room, and there was like 10 of us. I mean, we're all on drugs all the time, including the patrons.
Yeah, that's kind of how it was there.
Yeah.
I didn't do too many drugs. I saw everybody else do drugs, and
Yeah.
you know.
I was a waitress, and I had this regular that really liked to tip me in drugs, and I was very young and very bored, and so I would say, okay. Yeah. He got mad at me one time because he caught me. He kept trying to give me ecstasy, and I had already eaten one, and he kept trying to give me more, so I was like spitting them out and putting them in my pocket, and he caught me and got really mad, and I was like, bro, you can't give someone like 10 ecstasy pills, they will die. Like,
Yeah, I had somebody come upstairs. I was in the locker room, and somebody came upstairs, and she was like, and she spoke broken English, and I don't speak Spanish, and so we're like struggling to talk about what's wrong with her, and she's like strips naked, and she's like, I'm hot and cold at the same time.
oh no.
And I'm like, okay. And she's like, I want to be sexual, I am terrified, I want to dance, and I want to sit down. And I'm just like, did somebody give you drugs? Turns out her customer put ecstasy in her drink.
Yeah.
And it came on, and she came up to me terrified.
What's happening?
But then she also wanted to dance, like she was dancing as well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I got roofied by a proctologist one time. And we figured out it was him because he was the doctor that would have those medications.
Right.
And my boss offered me a glass pipe with some stuff inside of it to wake me up. So that's the kind of place I worked at. And then I just kept being like, F the ass doctor. And then my boyfriend at the time drove me home. But once I decided that I was safe, because I didn't do what was in the pipe, so I was just on the roofie. Once I decided I was safe and I was in the car with like my boyfriend at the time and the DJ who realized I was drugged and like said we needed to get out of there, I started blaring Mickey Avalon and like rage dancing in the car. I was like, yeah! I was just like having a great time. And I was like, these drugs are fun. And they're like, they're only fun because you're not getting like kidnapped right now. Like,
Yeah. Yeah, apparently GHP is fun when you can do it recreationally. When you do it, surprise, well,
very scary.
you know.
Yeah, I had a great time. I would never do it again. I see people doing it recreationally and I'm like, yo, that's a lot. I mean, like, no, if you're one of those people, like, good on you. No way. I don't like to feel at all out of control.
Not like that.
No. But if it happens to me on accident and then I feel safe, I might as well enjoy it.
I mean, you know,
Yeah.
you're already there.
Yeah.
Be present.
Yeah. It's a practice in mindfulness. Well, this is where I am, so I'm gonna make the best of it. I'm gonna tell all the yogis, like, hey, go get surprise drugs at a club and then practice your mindfulness.
That's what it's for.
That's
It's
what
for those
for.
moments.
Do you have any other fun strip club stories?
I know somebody who did take the pipe,
Yeah.
and well, she brought her own. She had her first and last night all in one night.
Oh no.
Yes. She had a duffel bag that was bigger than her, and she had this dress with this giant, like, it looked like a rhinestone encrusted door knocker that held the two pieces together. And the reason I bring this up is because I saw her go in, and I saw her get dressed and do all of this, and she got drugged and liquored up, and then somebody did the thing in the back room that they're not supposed to do. They started removing their own clothing, and then she got a little upset, and she was new, and she ran out of there. Good. Long story short, I see her with this duffel bag across her back, her shoes in one hand, and like a panicked look, and that door knocker flashing through the dark as she tries to bolt out the front door.
Aww.
They catch her, and where I worked, they had a smoking room because you couldn't be outside, and even though you can't smoke indoors according to law there or whatever, but
Secret back smoking room.
yes, and basically they found her sitting on a trash can with her underwear around her ankles. That was the false alarm.
Uh-huh.
Then they found her with the stem in the room, and somebody said, it smelled like burning trash bags, and so we all know what that is.
Yeah.
And I remember the dancer that found her name was Angelique, and she goes in and she's like, honey, you can't do that here. And then this girl, her name was Whitley, she invoked the laws of crack smoking. I was here first. If you don't like it, you leave. The night ended with her with her crack stem and her door knocker running around the parking lot until the police picked her up.
Oh, poor thing.
I know. But
Well, at least we are proof that you don't have to be stuck in places like that forever.
not at all as I look at your 20-foot ceiling.
My silks up there. So fun. Have you ever done aerial stuff?
No.
Oh, it's so fun.
Between the flexibility and the
Mhm.
strength, I
Mhm.
want to, but never a place to try it.
We'll do some later if you want.
I love that.
I forget what else we were going to talk about, so that's fine.
Hormones.
Oh yeah, hormones. I recently started taking testosterone, so I'm so excited to be. I think you're the first person I'm working with who's also on HRT, but estrogen, I'm assuming. Yeah, for those. Mine are fake.
I never mind.
Yeah.
It's crazy. They just showed up. I still don't even really own them.
Yeah.
Like,
You'll get there. I think I accepted my fake boobies like the first day that I saw them. I was like, yep, those are mine. And then like 6 months later, I was like, why are these on my body? And I got like really freaked out. And then now I just don't care anymore. I'm like, whatever. So it's an ever-changing, what's it called? Body dysmorphia.
Sense of, yeah.
But yeah, so I just started testosterone and I am so horny all the time. Or if I'm not, I'm just like very easily there. Like I was, yeah. Which I haven't felt in a while. It was crazy. I was taking custom photos the other day and I was soaking wet. And I was like, what? And it was just like upskirt pictures. Like I wasn't doing any touching. And I was just like
getting off to the
stoked.
idea of this.
Yeah. I was stoked that somebody like wanted to see that of me. And I was like, this is crazy. So then my husband came in and we banged. So that's really fun. So I don't know, like, hi.
Hello again.
You can just see your little tail on the bottom of the screen. Get out.
Yeah.
I'm gonna make a compilation of everyone and Bean just walking in and then walking out someday. Okay, bye. No, get out. She's like, but you acknowledged me. So yeah, I'm curious to see how that goes today because I haven't really been working much since I started it.
Okay.
But what were some of like the immediate notices? What were some of the things that you immediately noticed when you started your estrogen? Like, what was the thing that you were like, whoa, like that's something I haven't felt before and I wanted to feel?
It definitely rewires your brain.
Yeah,
Yeah, I didn't start until I was.
that's fine. Until you were of a certain age.
I was in my 30s.
Okay.
And I didn't start till then, and I noticed, 30 years of straight testosterone, your brain forms a particular way, and now it starts to rewire a little bit, and just the effects of that, being able to drive a different operating system.
Kind of. Do you have like an example? Like, what was one of the things you noticed different in your mind?
I was able to emotional management and emotional intelligence. It felt like there was sort of a stop on that before, and now the roads connect.
That's so interesting because I always thought that it was just like horrible social conditioning on men to like not be in touch with their emotions, but it sounds like you're saying it's also very like hormonal.
Can be.
Yeah.
A lot of what I would consider to be emotional management, like being able to process emotions and get the desired result out of social relationships, interactions, and things like that. Because I would play it differently.
Yeah.
Because I was more, I was my emotions didn't detract anymore.
Right.
But that's mainly the social conditioning. Men do not.
Right.
Emotions mean that you are failing the combat of this conversation, and that's like the framework of things. And so if you talk with your hands, you lose.
Oh, interesting.
Yes.
Wow.
And meanwhile, I'll go full Italian in the car with a stick shift. Doesn't matter. Both hands are going.
We're in the wrong gear now. Look at what you did to me. But that's cool that like the estrogen maybe like allowed those feelings to be more available, and maybe it almost like forced you to rewire that conditioning or something. I don't know.
You have to practice it too.
Yeah.
Otherwise, you have the equivalent of like raw nerves, and then you don't know what you're doing.
Yeah.
And so you just keep hurting yourself.
I haven't started having like anger from my test yet, but I'm still on a pretty low dose. They just upped it. And I was.
It's gonna be a good day.
Yeah. But now that you're saying that, I'm noticing that like I don't engage in things like I used to. Like I was saying, like, oh, I got in a tiff this morning, and I was just like, okay, I just like walked away, and I was like, wait, you mean I'm not chasing down everyone's emotions to like understand everybody and be heard? This is weird. But I thought I thought it was maybe just the therapy, but maybe it's also the testosterone that's allowing me like a level of detachment from engaging in like unnecessary emotional displays. So maybe it's good. Maybe everyone should do a little bit of the opposite hormone and everyone can just even out.
Just take a little bit of a ride until you learn the lessons that come with it, and then medical reasons being what they are, it's a phase in your life that everyone needs to go through.
Yeah, it's weird. Everyone asks me, they're like, so what's up with your gender? Are you a boy now? And I'm like, listen, I, somewhere deep in my body, knew that I needed testosterone, and I didn't know why, and I didn't know how, and I wasn't really sure the exact meaning, but like I have been talking about it for so long, and I felt like I wanted more like male stuff within myself, like strength and whatever, energy and like sex drive and all that other stuff. And what's funny is I like really thought it was like maybe a transition thing, and then I went to a doctor and they were like, you don't even have enough for a lady. So let's even you out for how much a lady should have.
Yeah.
And then if you still want more, then that is something we can talk about. Isn't that so funny? Like I had this like crazy gender crisis, and then they were like, no, like you don't even have the right amount for your given gender. And I was like, oh, how the fuck did I know I needed that? Isn't that weird?
It is strange. I had a similar kind of experience. Yeah. They wanted to put me on spironolactone, and they did at the beginning. And if anybody's curious about that, my personal opinion about Spiro is that it's sort of like a booster rocket. It's going to help you break orbit and switch over, but you can't stay on it because it so suppresses testosterone that it made me feel even worse.
Oh.
And then I'm super active. I work out like 90 minutes is a light workout.
Yeah.
It's more like 2.5 hours.
Yeah.
6 days a week. And like, I felt like I wasn't spending stamina, I was spending hit points because it was so dehydrating, and then the lack of testosterone made the physical activity feel negative. Like I couldn't drink enough water. It was screwing everything up.
Yeah.
And now, the other piece of advice is you can suppress testosterone with your estrogen if you do an intramuscular injection once every 7 to 10 days, which is what I do. A needle about as long as my pinky.
Yeah.
Right in the thigh like young Frankenstein.
Yeah, mine are long too. I don't like to look at them. But he said that whatever, for me, like coming from literally only female hormones, like so much so that I didn't even have enough test, that my testosterone actually will not affect my pre-existing hormones at all, which is really cool. So I get to dip my toes in without like fucking anything up. Ooh, I cussed. Oh well. I think I can get away with like 3 before YouTube gets mad. Yeah, it's interesting. My doctor even was like, I'm proud of you. No one even knows they need this. How did you just decide you needed it? And then you were right. And I was like, I don't know. I have no idea. I hang out with enough queer people, I guess.
Yeah.
Who like talk about this stuff, you know?
Narrative is important.
Yeah.
Like, again, I didn't transition until I was in my 30s because the narrative wasn't really there when I was 19 going, why isn't anything really right though? And why do I always have to like sexually pivot with everybody? Because it's just not right. Oh, right, because you're not interfacing with reality correctly.
Yeah. Yeah, it does help to have people around you that can guide you. And the people around me that I was taking advice from were having a completely different experience than me, but made me aware that HRT existed. And then I looked into like the effects of taking it. And what's funny is like coming from my end of things, every doctor I went to and I was like, I don't think my hormones are right. I don't think my hormones are right. Even if they are right, I want to change them. Like I need more male hormones in my body. Like I'm not right. And they would just say like, oh, are you still having regular periods? And I was like, yeah. And they're like, then you're good, because all they fucking care about in a female is their ability to reproduce. They like did not care about my well-being. So I was really glad I found a doctor that like tested me and was like, I don't even care what you call yourself, you need testosterone. I was like, okay, cool, thanks.
Yeah. Yeah, you're considered a resource.
Yeah, which is horrible. But whatever. I guess living things did only exist for a while to reproduce. So we're a little stuck there, surprisingly. A lot of doctors only look at it like that.
Collectively working on it.
Yeah.
Little incremental progress.
Ooh, that was a good one. Gross. You ready to make out after hearing that?
Yeah.
Cool, let's go do it. Yeah, you get one too.
One too.
Alright, say bye to all the
Bye.
mean folks at home. No, you're nice, I swear. We love you. Keep paying our bills.